Hello lovelies, welcome to my channel. Today I have a lovely tutorial for you. I'll be making a draped or pleated shoulder top using a stretchy velvet fabric. I'll also be using the slash and spread method. It is very simple, so let's get right into it. This is the starting line, then I have the shoulder to bust line measurement, then the shoulder to waistline measurement. Next, impute the neck width. Now remember our fabric is stretchy, that is why I'm leaving the neck width at 3 inches. You can increase it if the fabric is not stretchy or the stretch of the fabric is not much, so as to enable the head to pass through, because we are not putting any zipper at the back. Okay, so mark 3 inches down for depth as well. All right, you can increase it, just something convenient for your head to pass through. That's what you need. Use your cuff to join the front neckline together. Impute the back neckline also. The depth is 1 inch, so mark 1 inch, and the width is still the same, 3 inches. So just form the back neckline with your curve ruler. Place half your shoulder measurement on the starting line, mark it, and go down by 1 inch. Then connect the neck width to the point to form the shoulder line. Now place the armhole height, which is your bust circumference divided by 6 plus 1.5 inches. Whatever you have, place it down from the shoulder line and mark it. Connect these two points together and make a straight line across from this point to form your chest line. Mark half of the armhole height. Go in by half an inch and connect the point to the shoulder line. On the chest line, I'm going to place a quarter of my bust circumference measurement and mark it. Then using your curve ruler, make the armhole curve to touch the point you just made on the chest line. From the midpoint marked earlier, make your back armhole curve. Now place a quarter of your waist measurement on this line, then add 1 inch for that and mark. Now connect that point to the armhole with a curve ruler. From the center front, place half your nipple to nipple measurement and mark on the bust line. Place that same measurement on the waistline. Then connect the 2 points together. Mark half an inch on each side of the line and connect to the upper point to form the dart. We are done drafting out the bodies. Now open up your paper and transfer the pattern to the other side of the paper. You can either do it this way or cut out the pattern before transferring to the other side. This is just to show you how to transfer your patterns, okay? But cutting out is a lot easier or is faster than doing it this way. But in any case, the most important thing is to transfer it to the other side. This is it. So now, just add half an inch for shoulder allowance. Next, we're going to cut out our pattern, but before we do that, add half an inch for joining allowance if you want to attach it to the bottom part, or 1 inch for hemming if it's just going to be a top, okay? Extend all the lines, then start cutting out the back pattern. Start cutting through the back neckline and the back armhole. Now that we're done cutting out the pattern, we're going to transfer it onto another fresh paper for the back pattern. All right, so you're going to just place it over the fresh paper and trace it out. When you are done tracing, connect your points together, then extend your dart to the chest line. Okay, so take the measurement and extend it, then you cut out your pattern. This is the back pattern, so I'll just set that aside. Now for the front, I'm going to open it up. From the shoulder, I will be marking 3 points which I will connect to the bust point line. 2 are going to be connected to the bust point, then 1 to the side. The first point should be a little away from the neckline so that our line doesn't pass through it. So check it to make sure, then you can put your mark. Now divide the remaining part of the shoulder line and mark 2 points on it. Connect the points to the bust point line. Connect the second point, then also the third point. The next thing to do is to cut open each of the darts on one side. Also move to the first point on the shoulder and slash it to the bust point, but not totally through it. Open the slash, then close the first dart using your gum or sellotape. Slash the next line, open up, then close the dart also. Slash open the last line, but not through. Okay, so you see what I've done? I'll cut it a bit more so that it can spread very well. Okay, so let's not forget to cut out the armhole and the neckline. So that's what I'll be doing now. All right, now that you're done with that, you will take your pattern and place it over a brown pattern paper or any kind of paper you have. Then you spread it out and stick it down. Okay guys, go ahead and cut out the pattern. Fold each slash to touch each other, then trim out any excess. Now let's work on the back pattern. So what we have to do is we're going to remove the dart, okay? Because remember, we didn't add any side seam allowance because it is a stretch fabric. As I said earlier, it is stretchy, so we don't need to add any allowance at all. We'll just use our exact body measurement. Then we're going to sew it at the side by 1 inch, okay? And it will still be very fitted, okay? So you're just going to remove the dart. Just measure 1 inch from the side of your back pattern and take it all the way to the chest line, okay? Then using your curve ruler, then you can cut it out, all right? So we have both patterns ready, front and back. This is the lovely velvet fabric we're using, and it is about 1 yard. So you can see the direction of the stretch, okay, across this way. So we're going to fold our fabric like this because we need that stretch across, okay. So just fold your fabric, spread it out properly, then place your pattern paper over it, your back pattern paper, and pin it down, then you cut it out. To cut the front pattern, what we're going to do is to spread out our fabric. We're going to spread it out flat. We're not going to fold it like we did the back, okay, but just make sure that the stretch is across. That is what is very important. All right, so just spread out your fabric, then place your pattern paper over it. After placing, you pin it down. After pinning, carefully cut out your fabric. Here I have a piece of fabric that I've attached gum stay to. I'll be using it to cut out the facing for the front neckline. So you can see the gum stay behind. All right, so place your pattern over it. Adjust it properly. Okay, set it in place very well before you now cut it. Now remove your pins, okay, because we are going to be folding the pleats or our slashes, okay. We're going to be folding it. So make sure that while you're folding, you grab the fabric under and pin it in place. So you just repeat the same process for everything. Making sure you grab the fabric, then pin it. Always check to make sure that you've grabbed everything. So check it and make any adjustments or corrections. When you're done and you're satisfied with it, the next thing you're going to do is to remove the pins, because we're going to join it at the shoulder, okay? We're going to use our machine to stitch it down to hold the pleats in place. So go ahead and remove your pins now. After that, you just try to grab a little piece of the fabric, just like I'm doing. Then you slide the pattern through. Adjust the pleats where necessary, then pin it down. You're going to take it to this machine to stitch it down by 1/2 inch at the shoulder line. After that, you're going to attach your facing at the neckline. So you can see I've stitched it down at the shoulder and also at the neckline. I've also notched it at the neckline. So you can see how it looks like so far. So I'll remove the pins from the back pattern. I'll place it over the front. But before I attach them together, I'm going to cut out the back neck facing, okay? So make sure you cut out your back neck facing also. So this is what it looks like, all right? I have both facing on front and back pieces, okay? So the next thing I'm going to do is to join both of them together, all right? So just place the front pattern piece down and place the back pattern over it, okay? Then you take it to your machine and stitch it at the sides by 1 inch and also at the shoulder by 1/2 inch, all right? So that's what I'll do now. This is how it looks after stitching. You can see the pleats at the shoulder, okay? It came out really lovely. So look at the pleats, looking nice. Then you can finish the armhole with your bias or just fold it in. You can also finish the hem, or if you have anything to attach under, you attach it, okay? So it came out really lovely. So if you enjoyed this tutorial, please give me a thumbs up, share to your family and friends, and don't forget to subscribe. See you in my next video. Bye.